Self improvement. I'm sure we've all heard that word online, especially with the rise of so many podcasts, so many YouTubers, and so many books. Every creator is telling you to have a slow morning routine, an abundance mindset, time for reading self help books, and all that stuff. But many of you are doing that, and you are dreading to do that, and you aren't even able to stay consistent. And what do you actually even mean by self improvement? Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. The value you're going to take away from today's video is how to actually achieve whatever you want while also growing yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. So let's get into the concept of self improvement, because of course there's so many videos going around online telling you this is self improvement and this is not, and you might be getting confused, because right now I feel like a lot of people have self growth, not even self growth, let me just use the word that what most people are using, self improvement. People think self improvement is a major goal for them right now, and for me as well. I want self growth, not self improvement, and I'll teach you the difference in a minute. But before that, I want to talk about what self improvement really is. It's about growth, okay? So self improvement is not just journaling one morning at waking up at 6 a.m., journaling in the morning, drinking your lemon water and going to the gym and planning out your day with time blocks. And the other day you snoozed your alarm till 8 p.m., and the next day you snoozed it till 10 p.m. That is not exactly, that just simply means that you're burning out because you're tying yourself to a project. You think that you're a self improvement project, however you are not. You're not a self improvement project. When you are actually learning and trying to evolve yourself, grow yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, you don't treat yourself like a project that you need to do work on. You need to work on it for your own peace and mental peace and good health, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's not like you're a project that needs to be fixed. You need to grow, not need to be fixed. And it really is about evolving every single day, right? Learning how to evolve yourself in your day to day life. Like physically, if you like cutting out all of your carb, like I don't know much about this stuff, but yes, cutting out all your sugar and taking a diet that doesn't really fit you. If that doesn't really fit you, right? Because you can see something online, these macro plant nutrients and all of that nutritional stuff, right? Going to the gym 1 hour every single day, every single evening, and every single morning, and that never might be suited to you, right? That never will resonate with you. So you're still trying to do it even though it doesn't resonate with you. So that is why you're not happy while doing the self improvement. That is the huge issue. That's the major issue. People are involved in the self improvement, but they're not even happy about it. It's like they're forcing themselves to wake up at 6 a.m., journal, go to the gym. But it shouldn't be like that, because when you try to learn and evolve, you have to take every single thing into consideration, because you even learn from your mistakes. All the good things do not teach you, even your mistakes teach you something. And that is self improvement. Learning how to evolve on everyday basis, trying to become a better person, trying to add joy and happiness to your life, trying to live every single day with peace, trying to be grateful for something in your life, taking a life lesson, doing something you love, like getting intellect from whatever thing you like. That is self improvement, right? Having a routine, like a rigid routine, doesn't necessarily mean self improvement. However, if you have a routine that changes throughout the day, and you have a routine that is suited to every single day, like every single day has its own routine, which you do shift around if something else comes up, right? Because you're not super rigid with it, then that is self improvement. Focusing on yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, learning from your mistakes and learning how to evolve is the true self improvement. Another thing that I want to talk about is that your happiness matters. I've seen so many videos online on YouTube, right? YouTube, Instagram, even Reels. I've seen that some people, what they say that, oh, I don't like waking up in the morning at 6 a.m. And that is fine. Let me just finish first. That is totally fine. They say I don't read, journal because I find it boring. Then she says that I eat pizza every single morning. I hate going to the gym. I hate exercising and moving my body at all, because it does not make me happy. So I do things that make me happy. That is not journaling, lying in my bed, scrolling on Instagram, eating pizza in the morning. And while I like to say that is amazing, because you do need to be happy while doing something, right? What is the point of studying, or what is the point of working, or what is the point of doing something if you're not really happy in it? What's the point of it? See, if you can't change it, obviously you should try to change if something doesn't make you happy, but I don't think you can change to choose not to study and to choose not to work, especially if you don't have much options out there. You can try to figure out other options, but for now, if you don't have any options and you are still in the process of figuring out more options, you have to learn to fall in love with what you're doing. You have to learn to fall in love. Things that you love don't directly fall into your lap, right? Because I always say that when you manifest something, you don't directly get the goal, you don't directly get the manifestation, you get the path, the journey to get to that manifestation. So even if you want a good job with the freedom of your schedule, right now you do not have it. Right now you're having to study all the things that you hate, that you absolutely despise. Still try to romanticize it. When we actually learn to romanticize the things that actually benefit us, or something that we don't really have other option to go around, even though we hate it right now, and if we learn to romanticize it, believe me, you'll become the most happiest person in the world. Because believe me, it is not going to fall directly into your lap. If you want to study something else, but you're getting to study like something which your parents made me choose, or you do not cut the marks criteria, like the grade criteria, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. Relax. Take a deep breath. I also want to say, I know sometimes I do this, but I shouldn't be doing it. Let me tell you this. When you're at your low moments, don't think that self improvement is key, because rest is also key. You need to take rest and you need to relax your body, relax your mind. Because see, when you're drowning, right, when somebody is drowning, you wouldn't exactly be teaching them how to swim. You'll try to get them to safety first, and later on you'll teach them how to swim, so that they can not get in the same situation again. So if you are in a spot right now where you feel exhausted, you feel burnt out, you feel tired, don't force yourself to go to the gym. Relax for a while. Relax, take a deep breath, do the things that you love, maybe scroll a little, fine. But then you should also make a promise to yourself that once I'm done with this, I'm going to go out and make a comeback. That shouldn't be your state, right? Because if you continue doing that, it will become stagnant for you. That will become a stagnant routine for you, and you will never actually end up moving on from it, letting it go, letting the scrolling go, letting the hurt go. Because sometimes what happens, let me tell you this with the same analogy of swimming. If somebody's drowning and you try to save them, because obviously you're not going to teach them how to swim right now, you sometimes what they will feel like, they don't want to go back into the water, they don't want to try swimming again because they're afraid of it. That is what happens in our situation also. When you feel like you've been through a rough patch and improvement and growth for you becomes hard in a certain area, like your health just got really bad, right? And then you never wanted to go to the gym. Or let's forget that, your mental health got bad, your relationships got bad, so now you don't even want to go to your solo dates, you don't want to spend time alone, you seek validation. Now of course, first you'll get to safety first, you'll get to relax, you get to take a deep breath and chill. But afterwards you'll feel like not wanting to go back into the same situation and learning how to swim through it, not just drown in it, swim through it. And that is what happens. So that is what I want to point out, that just because you went through something and you went through a rough patch, it is totally fine. Take a rest, take a break, you deserve it. You need to heal yourself first before moving on forward. But once you've healed, once you've moved on for the thing, don't stay in the similar situation, don't stay in the same situation, because it's not a benefit for you, right? It's not beneficial for you. There's no growth in it. And if there's no growth and you stagnate, that's when your life becomes dull. Your life becomes dull and your mental health faces so much issue as well. So once you've actually got to safety, heal yourself, right? Put a towel around yourself, drink a cup of hot tea, and then once you've actually healed perfectly, you feel better, go out there and challenge the water and try to swim in it. Try to learn how to swim in it, so you can actually experience the beauty that you can see under the water, right? That was such a pretty analogy. As I was saying, moving on, I was telling you about that creator, right? Now of course, being happy, it's fine, you have to be happy in order to do something. But what if it's unhealthy, right? You have to try to do every single thing in moderation. If you feel like you can't wake up at 6 a.m. and it doesn't make you happy, don't wake up at 6 a.m. But at the same time, don't wake up at 10 p.m. also, because you know that's not healthy for you. If you feel like sleeping at 9 or 10 p.m. does not work for you, don't exactly sleep at 3-4 a.m. because again, that's bad for you. When you sleep at night, your body needs time, right? Your body actually starts to heal itself, it regenerates. You become beautiful when you sleep, basically, because your body is regenerating the beauty in you. It's regenerating the blood, it's pumping blood into every single part of your body. It's making new cells that's gonna make you more healthier and gorgeous. So of course it's fine if you don't feel like sleeping at 9 to 10 a.m, 9 to 10 p.m, I'm sorry, because you don't like it. It's fine, but also make sure that what you're doing, it's in moderation. Don't be an extremist. Too much or too less of something is always going to be harmful for you. It's always going to be that way. So you can't just say that you're not just not going to journal, read self-help books a lot because you find it boring. It is beneficial for you, right? And if you say you're going to eat pizza every single morning, again, that's not very beneficial. Have your Saturday, Sunday as your pizza mornings. That's completely fine because that makes you happy, and you should always do things that make you happy. But what if that happiness is good for the short term but awfully bad for the long term? And it's bad for you. It's not harming anybody else. It's harming you only. And if you don't like reading self-help books, you don't like journaling, leave it. It's all right if it doesn't make you happy. However, try journaling for just 5 minutes. Just write 5 lines. Just at least start with it. Start with something that's going to benefit you. And if you feel like it doesn't work for you, how about you listen to podcasts? How about you try answering questions, right? Don't write them down. Don't journal, but however, write them. But obviously, see, I will always be for journaling because I feel like writing down your thoughts, yes, it may feel boring, but in the end, it is so beneficial for you. I think what you should instead see is what is beneficial and healthy for you, rather than simply seeing what really makes you happy. You have to balance the two out. Otherwise, if you feel like you're just doing something just for the healthy part of it and not for the happiness part, then again, that's no benefit at all. So try to find a balance. Try to figure out a balance. That is up to you. You're gonna decide how to find that balance, and you really should do it, because not journaling and not reading anything, believe me, it's something beneficial. Why not just try it in your life? You find it boring, but it is good for you. And what if you end up liking it if you never try? I think you should give self-help books and journaling a try. And I do not mean by any case that you have to read 100 self-help books every single year. Start by one a month, right? Or if you find journaling very difficult and boring, just get yourself a cute journal and journal for 5 minutes. That's all it takes. I mean, obviously I do not agree with that. I'm just saying that just so that you can find a starting point, because the starting feels difficult, believe me. And once you've actually gotten into the habit and you don't feel it's boring anymore, obviously extend those sessions, because journaling for 5 minutes is not going to let you explore your past and your traumas. We have to understand, go to the root cause and figure out what you're doing in your life and what is going right and what is going wrong, and acknowledge your proudest moments, acknowledge your wins while working on your mistakes and learning from them. So yes, happiness does matter. It matters so much. But at the same time, involving something healthy and beneficial in your life matters the same. So that is why what you need to do is find a balance between them. Next thing that I like to say, that you are enough and deserving. As I said, you are not a project that needs to be fixed. You're not a self-improvement project. You're treating yourself like a project where you feel like you have to. You force yourself to tick off all those habits, tick off all the goals, but you're just working for 2 hours straight. But do you get any qualitative benefits from it? Did your focus actually go into the work you were doing for 2 hours? No. So that is why don't mindlessly do something just because you have to do it. As I said, you don't have to force yourself for it. Otherwise, what's the point? And you are not a project. You are enough already, right? If you feel like you're a project that needs to be constantly worked on, every single thing that you do needs to be analyzed and you need to learn something from it, believe me, there's no point. You'll always feel burnt out. And I hate the word self-improvement. I'll talk about it more. But right now, I just want to say that you do not need to be improved. You just need to grow. That is why I always use the word self-growth rather than self-improvement, because it's just a negative word. You're like improvement, right? It seems like you have to try hard in order to fulfill somebody's expectations of improvement. So that is why grow, evolve, because every single step is a step and you have to acknowledge that. And obviously love yourself so much. You should watch my previous video on self-love, and I'll also come out with a podcast. I don't know if it's out yet, maybe it will be out soon, but I touch a lot on the self-love aspect in that podcast. It truly is about self-obsession and self-love, where you're not being narcissistic. Let's cut that point of view out of it. But I feel like when you truly love yourself, like when you love a partner, you trust him, you are loyal to him, right? And you love him so much and you feel like he's so deserving and you are so deserving for him. that relationship feels so beautiful, doesn't it? So when you have it with yourself, when you have the same relationship with you love yourself so much, you'll do anything to make yourself happy. You'll do anything to have your most proudest moments. And even if you do make mistakes, and even if things don't go right, you'll still love yourself, because that is what love is about, loving every single part of you. So self love helps a lot in this case. Self love helps a lot in self growth. So first, if you want to get to self growth, you first have to cross the self love path. Otherwise, it cannot self growth will never end up actually happening for you. And you have to believe, when you love yourself, you have to believe that you're enough and you're deserving. You love every single part of you. Yeah, and you think every single part of you deserves love. But yes, if changes are required, you go ahead and change, because you know that growth is meant for you, and you deserve the beautiful growth. Okay, another thing is that in self improvement or self growth, now I'd replace self improvement with self growth from now onwards. So in self growth, you often add a lot of things like drinking water, staying hydrated, doing your skincare, going to the gym, exercising every single day, exercising five times a day, 5 days a week. 5 times a day is just too much. You're fueling your body with good things, you're connecting with the people you love. All of these are basic needs, and you do need them every single day in order to survive socially, physically, mentally. You do need all of those things. So such things shouldn't even make the self growth bracket, right? Because all of these are important, and they shouldn't be optional for you. You shouldn't even set them as a goal, because you need to do them. That it fuels you, right? It fuels you. So things that fuels you, like think of a car, right? When you in order to make a car move, right, in order for a growth to see, in order to set upon the journey, you need to have your car filled with fuel. These things are your fuel, so they're not meant to be optional. So never count them in self growth. Important needs should not be optional. Another thing is that everybody's path is different. Your self growth journey will never, ever, ever be same, identical, similar to anybody else's journey. It can never be, because we all are unique beings. Everybody's so different. Not only our faces and our DNAs are different, we're so different in terms of our beliefs, our past, our thoughts, our feelings, our mindsets, our needs, our wants. We're so different in that. And even our past journeys, previous life journeys, all of it is so different. Our karma is different, right? We've good karma, we've got bad karma. All of it is so different and so unique from every single person out there. So your path can never ever be the same as anybody else. So that is why you should always quit being jealous. Never ever be jealous from anybody, because what's the point of being jealous and saying, why can't I have that, or I want to have that, why do not I have that, she gets to have it so easy. No, you have your own set of amazing things set up for you. And why not just look ahead and see what's there and what's meant for you, and how you can grow and evolve into what you want to be and who you want to be. Why compare with somebody else's journey? Why compare your own goals, your own achievements with somebody else? Because it's always going to be so different from you. We always compare things that are actually comparable, which actually can be correlated to each other. But if two paths are completely different, you cannot find a comparison in them. And what's the point of being jealous? You want to have somebody else's life? Why? You have your own, and you can make it as beautiful as the other person, and you can make it even better, and that will be completely suited to your wants, your needs, and who you are as a person. Believe me, you can have whatever you want in life. You can be whoever you want in life. And you do not need to get jealous of somebody else's path and jealous of who they are, what they have, and compare yourself with them. It's of no point. In rather, what you should do instead is take inspiration for them, how they tell you what you want and what you need from life, who you want to become, what you want to have, and take inspiration from it and act upon it on your own life. Have the abundance mindset. Now, as for your words, believe me, your words are so important. Now, what is going on around in our world right now? We are using negative words in such a common language, like everybody uses brain rot. No, your brain is not rotted. People say that their life is awful, I'm dead, I'm crazy, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, my life sucks. We are all saying these sentences as if they're real, as if they're true. But believe me, why the hell do you think that your life is terrible? Believe me, you have the choice to make it the other way around. You have the choice to make your life amazing. Now of course your experience can be triggered by external conditions and even internal conditions, but remember, you always have the choice. You have the choice to change your internal self, and when you change your internal self and your perspective and how you look at things, believe me, your external conditions change by themselves, because that is the law of manifestation, right? Whatever you say is so essential. You need to pay complete attention to it, because we are saying all of these negative words and we are bad mouthing our own selves in such a regular manner, in like such a humorous way, and we don't realize that these jokes can actually get real. Be very careful on what you joke about, because you never know how it may happen in your reality, because your words have that power. Whatever you verbalize will materialize. And that is why I said that instead of using the word self improvement, you should use the word self growth, because you're not a project that needs to be improved. You're a beautiful human being that just needs to evolve and grow as a human being. Even if you're in a company with people, pay very attention on how they speak, how they articulate with their words. And if you think that that's something that will definitely be affecting them, believe me, it will be affecting you as well. So don't be with people who constantly say brain rot, their life is hell, their life is useless, their life sucks. Because believe me, that's also being projected out to you. The energy is being projected out to you. So you should always keep your company clean. Like you keep your space clean, right? You keep your surroundings clean. Similarly, you should also keep your company and your connections clean. Now, of course, I'm not saying that don't be friends with anybody and just move away with everybody. But be very careful with who you be friends with and who you connect and talk on a regular basis with. Because it affects you so much. It 100% affects your everyday life, your thought processes, your beliefs. No matter how much you try to resist it, you will never ever be able to resist it, because it's an energy and you're in the closer circle to it. It's always being circulated all around. So if you are near it, it will of course be circulated and projected to you. And be very careful with the words you use yourself as well. Never bad mouth yourself. Never bad mouth your life. If you think your life sucks, think again. Are you able to listen to this? Can you see around? Do you have food in the fridge right now? Do you have your lights on? Are your internet bills actually paid? Are you actually breathing? Is your heart beating? Do you have a house to live in? Do you have the stuff that you want, that you like? Do you have at least one or two things that you always wanted and you have it? And don't say you don't have the things that you've always wanted. Believe me, you must have one thing. Even a tiny thing counts, because you have to be grateful. Nothing is too small or big. Everything is deserving of love and of gratitude. So think again when you say that your life sucks. It does not. Just look around and be grateful for your life instead of bad mouthing your life. Otherwise, believe me, everybody's right about you. God never wants you to bad mouth your own life, because life is the most beautiful thing. And only a person with eyes, with analytical eyes, can see it. A person who is well aware of himself can see how beautiful life is. So if you can't see how beautiful life is, believe me, you're not aware of yourself, and you're too involved in other celebrities' life, and you're too involved in social media, the brain rot, you're too involved in that. Cut out of it, snap out of it, and focus on things that actually matter. Last thing that I want to say is that self-growth, you do not need to have expectations, just progress. Because expectations and desperation always kills you. When you have a balloon with yourself and you hold it too tightly, you've got too many expectations and you just don't want to let it go, you crush it too tightly, it will eventually pop. The balloon will pop, right? Because you held on too tight. You were too desperate for it, right? You just didn't want to let it go. But it should never be like that. Just hold it by this string. Never ever be desperate for something. So that is why never have expectations, because expectations will fail you and it will make you desperate. We are not here for the chasing energy. We're here for the don't chase, attract energy. You have to effortlessly attract things, not chase them. Don't chase your dreams, attract them. Your dreams will instead chase you, because you've become this person who's so worthy of it, who's so worthy of having that dream as their reality. Although, yes, you should never have expectations on situations and people, because expectations means you're attaching a happiness to it, a joy to it, and when those expectations don't get fulfilled, you will get hurt. obviously, so that's true, but also do not place expectations with yourself, because that brings in the desperate energy, right? That brings desperation into the play. If you want your dream and 1 second you're like, yes, I have that rich girl lifestyle, but next moment you're like, oh, how am I going to have that? I don't have enough funds to even start a business, I can't do it. Then that does display desperation, and that is not needed over here. Another thing that I just said is that progress. One day if you're waking up at 6 a.m journaling, and the other day you woke up at 7 a.m, it's totally fine. It's fine. Maybe that is the time that is meant for you. Maybe that is the time that you resonate the most with. Progress will, even one step of progress will always be progress, right? You've got stairs towards your end of journey, right? If you take one stair one day, and you take 5 stairs the next day, you take 10 stairs the next day, and you take 2 stairs the next day, it's always going to be progress. Just because you took one step does not mean you made no progress at all, right? You made a huge lot of progress. You took one step, that is progress in itself. 10% progress is also progress, 1% progress is also progress. So don't just give up easily, because giving up is not progress. When you give up, that's when you've made no progress at all. That is when you failed, right? But if you actually just fell from the stairs, or you just took one step, that is still progress, and that's still a learning. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned something or the other from this video. Remember, you're worthy, you're blessed. I'll see you next week. Until then, remember to just relax.